It looks like Tommy Fury is not going to be fighting Jake Paul in a rematch. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury have been going back and forth about a potential fight, and here's everything you need to know and what you may have missed. And this all started when Jake Paul called out Anthony Joshua. He said he would beat AJ up and that he actually wants to fight him.
I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know
he just got knocked out, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends. All this shit, but I want to fight you.
Both AJ and Jake Paul after this call out took to social media pretty much saying that they want to fight 2026. It will happen. With Tommy Fury not taking too well to that news, he shut it down. He said no one cares about that. He said Jake Paul couldn't even be me and that I'm Jake's daddy.
Good morning, guys. Just wanted to give a little opinion on everything I've been seeing on social media lately. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua.
I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass.
Just wanted to come in here and remind everybody that that bum couldn't beat me when I basically had a broken hand. I had one hand and he still lost. Jake Paul, I'm still your daddy, and everybody weighing this fight up, don't bother because he ain't worth a shilling. And the loss will always be there, Mr. Paul. Take it easy and have a good day.
With Tommy Fury following that up saying, I'm in the best shape of my life, fit and ready to go. I got some really big fight news on the way for you guys, so stay tuned. With Jake Paul responding saying, Tommy fumbles Fury, the ship has sailed, mate. I'm trying to build the sport. You were trying to make a payday and hit the pub. No judgment, we're just different. As Jake Paul linked an article as he has signed Ramla Ali as well as 4 different fighters to his promotion and most valuable promotions. It seems like MVP is really trying to make moves in women's boxing as it looks like the trilogy between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano is going down on Netflix in an all-women's card. With Tommy responding to Jake saying, no worries at all, mate. Hope that loss doesn't eat you up too much. Just know that you never had enough balls to try and avenge your loss. You're right, we are different. I'm a winner and you're a loser. But Jake responding to Tommy saying, are you still drunk? You turned down $6 million plus upside to headline Netflix against me. Your dadager and you may be the 2 dumbest dingbats the UK has ever created. Oh, and you can't travel to the US, you wanker, so ship has sailed unless you make $3 million and we run it in 2025. Let us know. You literally have 0 opportunity other than fighting me or the other jumping jack pullout artist. Obviously also taking a shot there at KSI for pulling out of his fight against Dylan Dennis. With Jake following it up saying, I'm offering Tommy Fury $3 million to fight me in 2025. The number is $4 million if he can legally get into the US. Let's see who is ducking who. With Tommy Fury responding saying, why would I agree to that when it's less than our first fight and I beat you? You're deluded. You claim to be a good businessman. If you want to talk business properly, I'm there. But don't throw me stupid offers you know won't get accepted. It's clear to see that you're just using the money as an excuse to get away from this rematch. You brag about making $50 million for fights, but yet won't pay up for the only real fight you have left. Showing your true colors, my friend. Keep running scared. I'll see you very soon. ... Duck, duck, duck. Hashtag Duck Paul. So Tommy Fury calls Jake Paul a duck, saying Jake's using money as an excuse as to why this fight will not happen. Tommy Fury says that's way too low of an offer. Why would I accept that? It's worse than the first fight. Jake Paul's only loss so far in his pro career is to Tommy Fury. He's 11-1, having lost that fight in February of 2023 over 2 years ago. As Tommy Fury previously was saying that he wants to get the rematch on with Jake Paul, and he even called him out in a video.
I just wanted to come in here and say that no one's running from that fight. I beat you once already, I handed you your first loss. The minute you stepped up and fought a real boxer, you lost, fair and square. I can give you a second loss, that's not a problem, but let's talk some serious numbers down the phone. If you want to get in touch, you know where I am. It's as easy as that. I can come back after a year and beat the pair of you. So at the end of the day, if you want to fight, let's talk some serious numbers. You know where I am.
So it seems like Tommy Fury only wants to do serious business. He only wants the biggest offers. He wants a bigger offer than his first fight against Jake. But will that happen? It doesn't look like it. Jake Paul seems like he's set on this $3 million or $4 million offer, depending on whether Tommy can get into the US or not. It seems like Tommy Fury and his family are not able to get into the US. That's why Tommy pulled out of his second scheduled fight against Jake Paul back in 2022. So that'd probably mean if they don't fight in the US, it would be only a $3 million offer for Tommy Fury, which it doesn't seem like he's too interested in, and that's probably why this rematch will not happen, at least anytime soon. As Jake Paul has even been confronted by his brother on calling out Anthony Joshua and wanting to make that fight happen.
When you called out Anthony Joshua, were you on cocaine? Why did you do that?
To be the heavyweight champion of the world. His chin's gone,
But he's still Anthony Joshua.
which is stiff and no rhythm, no skill, just power.
You're serious about fighting him?
Yeah. It's
Bro.
in 2026. We already talked.
Congrats on having such massive balls and also being super rich.
So even Jake's brother is confused from this call out. He asked if Jake is really serious about this, which it is pretty bizarre. Anthony Joshua, former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, and it's not like he's too far past his prime, only at 35 years old. Obviously, he is coming off a devastating loss to Daniel Dubois, which Jake says AJ has no chin, but Dubois is one of the youngest, hungriest upcoming heavyweights in the UK. So Eddie Hearn has even talked about a potential fight between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, and it seems like he's interested. He said the only thing that was disappointing was Jake Paul says he wants to fight AJ in 2026. That's like me saying LA Olympics for the surfing in 2028. I'll be there. Do it in 2025 if you really want to do it. You're not going to really get much better at this stage. I don't know. Those two have spoken. I spoke to AJ this morning. He went, listen, of course I'd fight him. So it seems like AJ's team and AJ are very interested in this fight. And I mean, if you're in AJ's position, why wouldn't you be? From their perspective, it looks like an easy fight for a huge bag and a huge payday with a huge event for not the hardest opposition and competition. It's not like this is a world title fight or anything. And Jake Paul has recently talked about a potential fight with KSI. He believes it will happen, and they have a common opponent in Tommy Fury, which they both fought in 2023, but they still haven't fought each other or even rematched Tommy since they both lost to him.
Ever gonna fight KSI? I know he's ducking you straight up. I know he is. You told me many times, but like, come on, is it ever gonna happen?
It has to happen. I know it will at some point.
When?
At some point, it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, like, I'm doing much bigger things than him doing these random fights that I don't know if it's pay-per-view or when. I don't even know when he's fighting Dylan or what it is, but like the numbers are going to be trash.
Well, what's it gonna take at this point for people to call you a legitimate fighter? I mean, obviously, like, everyone in this room knows you could fight. You have actual power.
So Jake seems optimistic about a potential fight between him and KSI, at least down the line. At some point, he says it's gotta happen. But Darren Till has recently talked about Jake Paul calling out Anthony Joshua to a fight.
What were your thoughts on Jake Paul calling out Anthony Joshua?
Is it all just, does he actually believe that he can beat Anthony Joshua? Is it all for clout? Is it all just to keep his... I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit disrespectful as well. Like, Anthony Joshua hasn't fucking been a heavyweight world champion, beating all these absolute killers just to get called out by Jake Paul. But look, if Jake Paul believes in himself, then, you know, you can't really fault that. Like, obviously, but sometimes it comes across as a bit delusion as well. Because I know for the fact that I'd fight Jake, I'd beat him up easy. Not easy, I'd beat him up though, and I probably wouldn't want to test myself in boxing against Anthony Joshua. So
Darren says he would fight Jake, but he probably wouldn't fight AJ, and it's a crazy, bizarre call out from Jake Paul. And Jake has been saying stuff like AJ has no chin, he's stiff, he has no rhythm, he has no skill, he just has power. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this entire situation, and Tommy Fury looking like he will not be fighting Jake Paul, at least anytime soon. But I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop with all future fights and updates, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy.